Hi everyone, it's Rita and welcome to Toddler Tuesday. Really happy to be back again with another activity. The activity I have chosen for today is called Homemade Scratch Paper. It's a really fun activity and some of you might have already tried it out, making your own or maybe buying some at the shops, but today we are going to learn how to make this beautiful paper at home from scratch. So the materials you will need are paper, and for this activity you will need a stronger kind of paper. So I have two options here with me today. One is watercolor paper. So watercolor paper is a really good option because it's made to hold quite some to hold a lot of water on it, so it's a quite strong piece of paper. And I also have some card paper which is kind of strong too, so you can choose either one. So paper, crayons or pastel. I have pastel, and pastel are they're very similar to crayons, they're slightly softer. So paper, crayons or pastel, you'll need black paint. You will also need a paintbrush and a container to hold some paint in. And then you will need some scratching tools. And for scratching tools, you can use anything that's sharp that you can find around the house or outside. It can even be a stick. If it's sharp, you can make it sharp. With me, I have pencils, really sharp pencils. They tend to work quite well to open up spaces. I've got some wood, kind of like a toothpick sized piece of wood, popsicle stick, and a really fun object that normally you wouldn't use for an art activity, but I thought, why not use the fork? So these are my scratching tools, and what you will need to do is first select a piece of paper, and I am going to show you, you can cut them, the pieces of paper, you can cut them in different kinds of sizes. I have chosen small sizes because there's quite a bit of colouring in to do, and experience has told me, because I've done this at home with my girls, that the smaller the surface, the easier it is for the little ones to have a go. So I like my surfaces quite small, so I've got this size, I've got even smaller, so it's really up to you. I've got slightly bigger too, so it's really up to you how you choose to do it. So after you've selected the size of your surface, and I've got rectangles, but feel free to use different shapes too. You can do some triangles or some circles, it's up to you. So once you've sorted out the shapes and you've cut them out, it's colouring in time. So we're going to go back to those pastels or the crayons and just select any colours and start colouring in. Now, the idea with this activity is that you make sure that when you colour in, you leave no white spaces. Another thing that you might want to think about when you're colouring in is you want to be nice and firm with your colouring in. So you want to press nice and firmly, because The idea is for us to cover all the paper and not see any white. And I can show you what I mean. So I'm going to be firm on this side, and I'm not going to be so firm on that side. So right here with this red, I've been really firm on this side, and I've been not as firm on that side. So we're aiming for the darker colouring in, and you want to do this all around the page, and you can do it any way you want. You can do it randomly, so popping colours anywhere without giving them a lot of thought, or you can create patterns. And I did some earlier on in the morning, so I could show you what some of those options might be. So the random kind of looks like this. So it's kind of just going with the flow, not thinking too much about what color you're using, why you're using it. So it looks something like this. But then you can do patterns like I've done here with this one, that I've used warm colors, and I've used wavy lines to cover my surface. Here's another random one, which I quite like. Or even some zigzags. So it's really up to you how you choose to fill in your page. After you've filled in your page, you are going to paint it all black. So I'm going to use this one. So you've selected a page, and now you've popped some of that black paint in the container, and now we are going to paint it all black. Okay, let's go. And I know it seems a bit weird to be painting it black after all this work, but trust me, it's worth it. So you want to cover all that beautiful, colourful surface in black paint, and just long strokes from top to bottom. Don't be shy with your paint. Okay, so once you've covered pop the paintbrush here, it will look something like this, and you'll need to pop it to dry, and it might take a couple of minutes to dry, so just pop it somewhere safe to dry. I'm just going to pop it down here. In the meantime, I have some pieces that I had worked on during the morning that are already dry, so I'm going to show you them. And they're these little black pieces, little small black pieces of paper. So once your paint is dry comes the really fun part of this activity, which is the scratching. And with the scratching, you're opening up spaces. So you're getting through that black paint to the colourful first layer that you did. And I'll do a bit with your scratch tools, and I'm going to use the fork for this. So I'll do some here and I'll show you. It's so exciting. Every time I do this activity, I love it because it's always different. You never know what you're going to get, because you never know what colours are going to pop up when you scratch the black paint. Okay, are you ready? Give them a little shake. Here they are. Scratching, and this you can make with a fork. Can you believe it? Something that you eat with every day. So with the fork, I opened up some spaces and I just drag the fork across the black paint, and this scratches the black paint and allows all the color to pop through. I find it so interesting. So when you're done, you can do as many as you want. You can do different sizes. With these little black surfaces, you can even make a little booklet at the end. You can write. Let's say you can write in it. You can use different scratching tools on one surface, so you have different lines. It's really up to you how you do it and what you scratch it with, but so lots of ideas. A little booklet, or once you've done, here's another one which came out really well. You can cut them up and maybe you can use them to make some collage. So many things that you could do with them. But I really hope that you give it a go and that you have fun with the process and be patient with it, because sometimes when you're colouring in, it can seem a little bit, how can I say it? It can seem like you're not getting to the final result, but just hang in there, because the final result is quite striking. You just need a little bit of patience, okay? I really hope you enjoyed the activity today. I loved sharing it with you. I hope you share some of your work with us, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye, have fun.